The lighting looks better, like, I don't care if y'all see my messy sheets and stuff. Me human. Hey guys. So I want to start off by saying Merry Christmas. Like when you put your makeup on, like I start sweating. So I got a new ring light for Christmas because Spooky broke my last one. If you're new to this channel, my name is Celia. Okay, so we're gonna make this quick. I just wanted to talk to you guys about my experience of me trying to do SISTERLOCKS by myself. My failed attempt of doing SISTERLOCKS by myself. I guess I'm gonna start off with the reason why I tried to do SISTERLOCKS by myself. I looked up the average prices for SISTERLOCKS and how long it took and everything like that, and I was just like, you know, that's a lot of time and that's also a lot of money. So I was just trying to be conservative to my pockets and everything like that. I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos online where they're doing their own SISTERLOCKS, and they started off by doing like the 2-strand method or like braids and stuff like that. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just do like the 2-strand method since I don't know how to do the SISTERLOCKing and stuff like that. I knew just about how many locks that I wanted, but it just, as far as like the parting and everything like that, I was more freehanding, like basically going how my hair was falling down. I didn't have specific parts. It was just like me pulling and having a certain amount of hair and twisting it. I just wanted it to be a certain amount of thickness. When I tell you guys, this journey, I watched so many YouTube videos, so I thought it was doable, but most of the YouTube videos that I watched, they had 2 people doing it, which was my first mistake. I thought I could do everything by myself. No. And second thing is the time. You guys, it took me like a whole week to do my entire hair for the 2-strand twists. And I had like about a little bit over 400 locks. And then on top of that, like it was taking me like 5 to 8 hours per day to do it, because I've never done anything like this before. I was just like, I'm gonna start it myself. It's gonna be a little free-handed, and I thought it was gonna be cute. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was cute. I loved it. I loved the fullness. I loved how it looked afterwards. I was taking showers and washing my hair more frequently, like the SISTERLOCK videos say to do. It was just a little bit more difficult because as far as like, you know, the unraveling and stuff like that and keeping that from happening, because I did 2-strand twists. I didn't have actual interlocks. So when I was washing my hair became loose at the ends and they started getting curly, and then my ends started splitting. So fast forward to 4 weeks and I'm thinking, okay, it's time to do my own retie. So I bought this little kit off of Amazon that had everything that you could think of as far as locks. I got this lock gel from Amazon just in case the interlocking method didn't work out for me. And I was ready to do that retie. But when it came around and it came time to do it, it was so frustrating. My first like frustration came out of how tangled my hair was from the roots, because I didn't have clean parts. I just free-handed it. So it was a lot of like kind of detangling from the roots, and it wasn't evenly sectioned out, so it was hard to like tighten it to the root. So that took like 2 hours before I could even start retightening. And then after that came the retightening part. Like the retightening part, I had so many locks that I sectioned them off and everything like that. I had my pins and stuff like that. I sectioned them off and I tried the interlocking, and I liked the way the interlocking looked when I separated it from the roots. But it took a lot of time and my arms were getting tired, and I honestly felt like I was doing my hair all over again. So I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm not gonna do the interlocking retightening. I'm gonna do the traditional, you know, twist retightening with the lock gel and everything like that and the pins. So I tried doing that, and that was a very tedious task too, because there's so many locks and my hair is very thick. So when I was putting the pins on top of each other to kind of section it down and lay it down and everything like that, it started kind of poofing up and unraveling a little bit from the roots of where I retwisted it. And I got really frustrated. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional at doing this, and I don't want to mess up my hair. Mind you, I love the way my hair looked. I had an end goal, but my thing was I wanted to make sure I got to my end goal, and I didn't want to have high expectations if I was doing the wrong thing, and I would end up damaging my hair in the process of trying to get to where I want to be. So I was just like, you know, if I really do want this hairstyle, I need to go about it the right way. So literally mid retightening my hair, I just put everything down, and I was just like, you know, I'm gonna call a loctician, I'm gonna find a loctician, and I'm gonna see what she says as far as SISTERLOCKS and if I'm doing the right thing, because I was planning on continuing the journey by myself as a DIY, doing it myself, but I was just like, I don't want to continue it if I'm not doing the right thing. So I called like 2 locticians. I looked at their Google reviews in Atlanta, and they were really good, but they didn't pick up. Now the 3rd loctician that I called, she did pick up, and I appreciate like how she went about the situation. She was very like head on with it. Like, she asked me to send her pictures. She said that she could get me in for a consultation on Saturday, which I highly appreciated. And it was a big relief off of my chest, because I was just like, okay, yes, I'm headed in somewhat of the right direction. So fast forward to Saturday, which is when she scheduled me for the consultation, and she got me in right away, because I called on Friday, and I called Friday morning, and I was very frustrated. I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So before I actually called the loctician for a consultation, I looked up this loctician shop that's very like famous. I forgot the name of it, but I'll input like the picture of it and everything like that, because I was just in a schedule for them to retie, and I was looking at their prices, and they were like pretty affordable for me. And I called them, and then I was just like, okay, so how much does it cost to get a retie? And she told me how much, but it fluctuates based off of how many locks you have, how long your hair is, and how thick it is. So then she started asking like how many locks I had, and mind you, I didn't count like for sure how many locks I had until the day of me retightening and her asking. So I was just like, okay, let me just count real quick. So I counted all of them, and I think it was like 405 or something like that. And I told her, and she said she had to consult with like the business owner and stuff like that to see if they could do that, and if they could, to see how much it would be. And she got back to me. She was just like, I'm sorry, we can't, you know, do your retightening, because those aren't considered like, you know, more traditional locks. Those are SISTERLOCKS, because I had over 400, and you know, technically in order to have SISTERLOCKS, you had to have like 400 locks or something like that. Even MICROLOCS, you know, it's 400 locks. So I thought I could pass for MICROLOCS too, because I didn't have a grid. I went free-handed. That's why I called that shop. But she was just like, no, that's too many locks. They're considered SISTERLOCKS, which is what led me to the consultant that I found after that. Anyway, so fast forward to Saturday, for the consultation. She was looking through my hair. She really liked, you know, the texture of my hair, how it felt, how it looked, and everything like that. But she tried to interlock it to the root to see if she could retighten it, because I told her I free-handed it and I didn't have any parts and stuff like that. So she was trying to work with what I had, and she just looked at me and she gave me her honest opinion. She was just like, if you keep going the route that you're going, your ends are going to continue to split, and it's going to be very difficult to manage your hair over time, basically. So I was like, so what do I do? Because, you know, I was in my head, I was just thinking, okay, I really want SISTERLOCKS, like, and I just spent all this time, you know, doing all this, like, what can I do? Like, and she was just like, you have to either, if you want me to fix it, it's gonna cost X amount of dollars, which was a lot of money. It was probably like more money to fix it rather than for me to start all over again. So she was like, it's either you fix it and it's this much, or you start all over again, you take them out and it's this much if I do it. Or she said the third option, you do an establishment boot camp, which, you know, people are learning and getting their license and stuff like that, and they do it for X amount of dollars, which wasn't too bad for me. So I chose the third choice because I trusted her based off of that consultation and the information that she gave me as far as my hair. And long story short, like, one of the person that started my hair, to make it make sense, is one of the trainees was one of the trainees for the establishment boot camp, and the person who finished my hair was the lady that I had the original consultation with that owned the shop. And she's the one that I actually originally spoke to that gave me all that information. The person who started my hair did a good job. She knew what she was doing, and so, you know, the person who finished my hair is the one who taught her, so, you know, it was passed down the line. But so I chose to do the boot camp, and the boot camp was X amount of dollars. If you guys want to know like prices and like, you know, more details about like, you know, the boot camp and like other prices that I was going through, like a Q&A type of video, you guys could leave your questions down below and I could schedule and formulate another video just to answer those questions for you guys. But I chose to do the establishment boot camp, and this was like July, I believe. Yeah, it was July. She said I had to take all my hair out, and I was just like, oh. But the thing is, they were 2-strand twists, so it took me 7 days to put the twist in, but it took me like 3 hours to take them out because I literally just put my hand at the root and like got it all out. So the boot camp wasn't until October, Halloween day, which is when I got my hair established. That was like one of the first days that I got my hair established. Yeah, so that's how my journey started, and that's basically a sum of like how the first time I got my locks done, like I did my own locks. It was kind of a fail for me, but it was an eye-opening experience. Like I feel like had I not taken that initiative of doing my own hair, I wouldn't have been in the situation that I am right now. You know, I'm more enlightened as far as like knowledge about hair and, you know, lock journey and stuff like that. And I feel more confident in where I'm going. It looks pretty similar. It looks similar to how it looked before when I did it myself, except it's like shorter. But when I did it myself, it was short too because it shrank. But another thing for the establishment boot camp is that in order for me to, you know, have that price, to make it easier on the trainee when they're doing my hair, I had to cut my hair had to be 6 inches basically. It couldn't be too long, so I had to cut 6 inches off of my hair. But then again, I knew I needed to cut my hair. I wasn't expecting to cut that much, but I was just like, you know, it's gonna grow back, and I do have some split ends, so I was just like, I'll just cut it because I know it's still gonna look thick, and that's what really matters to me. But yeah, basically that's the end of my story. Another thing that I was doing wrong is that when I was on this lock journey, like I was using, first of all, the cream or the lock wax that I use was like moisture based, and that's bad for your locks, especially if you're trying to get them to mature. So I was kind of like stopping the process. I was like interrupting. I was being an obstacle to my own journey basically. And it was a combination of me using that lock wax and me also using like this conditioning tea tree oil spray, because I've seen YouTube videos and everything like that as far as like moisturizing your locks and stuff like that, but you're not supposed to moisturize your locks. So I learned a lot from this experience. But you guys, that sums up my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this was very like enlightening to you guys. If you guys have any comments, comment down below. Subscribe and turn on your notifications if you want to know when I'm posting, and if you want to join in on my journey for my sister lock journey. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because I'm not posting for New Year's, I think. No, I'm not posting. I'm gonna be outside. Bye-bye. And you can't judge.